Hey everybody, welcome to the Gootz cast. It's the Smackdown post show. I'm your host, Ray Gootz. It is Friday, April 17th, 2020. And what a week in professional wrestling history. And I'm here live with it. Well, we're not live, we taped this, but I'm here with Andrew Lee. Andrew, what's up, brother?
What is going on, man? Yes, we're not live.
No, we're not live.
Today's show was live.
Yeah.
The Smackdown show was live.
Yeah, and maybe 205 Live was live. Okay, so let us talk. Lots to talk about. First of all, WWE fired hundreds of employees, not just wrestlers, but hundreds of employees got fired from WWE this week. Many wrestlers got fired.
Agents.
Agents. Although they were furlonged, they said they can come back to work on July 1st.
Yeah.
Agents. But we have suffered. We have seen the end of Kurt Angle. We have seen the end of Eric Rowan. The club, the OC, is gone. We've seen the last of Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins and Heath Slater and Mike and Maria Kanellis and Sarah Logan.
Mm-hmm.
And just too many people to name. Andrew Lee, your thoughts on these people's lives being over?
Did you see the other NXT?
Oh, Drake Maverick. Yes, Drake Maverick.
Oh, no, just today. I sent you the extra releases today.
Yeah, NXT, and I heard there's more people coming.
Yeah, there's probably more coming.
No, Jose has been eliminated. I heard Cassius Ohno, but nobody can confirm or deny that.
What?
Cassius Ohno.
Yeah, supposedly Cassius Ohno.
Well, no one's been able to confirm or deny it.
Yeah, the Colognes are gone. I mean, if you're a WWE fan or a wrestling fan, you're probably doing what we've been doing, which is you're trying to hear or read as much news about everything that's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are doing that, you're also hearing or reading about how this was not necessary for them to do at this point. They only did these releases just so that when they
their earnings match the earnings they would have made if there was no Corona.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just so that they still made a profit. So I mean, it's not like they needed to do this. Right?
To be honest, like I expected a purge for a year now because they used to do giant purges of talent. They used even in '99. Traditionally after WrestleMania, I remember there was a day in 2004 they fired I think it was the day my friend's father died. 2005 they fired the Dudleys. They fired a bunch of other people, but it was the Dudleys. Like 9 other people got fired at once.
They used
to do this. What?
Yeah, every year.
And they hadn't done it in a while. So in my head, I was thinking like, well, when's the day coming? And to be real, like they should have done this in January or something, or they should have done it like 5, 6, 7 months ago. And they didn't. And I think they were holding off on doing it because of AEW. They didn't want, people to go to AEW. And now they're like, well, AEW can't hire anyone, so now we'll let them go. I think it's a scummy move. You should have done it when people could have went and got work. And now you should have waited unless I don't know if you found out that Eric Young raped a kid in the ass in Vince's bedroom, although Vince probably gave him a push then. I like your moxie. But you should have waited until after the virus. And you're doing it now. It's very scummy. We all knew you had too many people in the fucking roster. I mean, anyone could tell. But you should have waited.
Yeah, well, Vince McMahon Jr. is not a good person. No. And I think he fooled, he fools a lot of people, including us fans, into thinking that he actually cares about his employees as family.
He's never fooled me.
He's fooled me. I won't lie to you. But Vince McMahon Jr. does not care about them like family. Of course not. They're just to Vince McMahon Jr. They're just dollar signs.
Well, and figures. I'll correct you there. I think there are certain people he cares about, but it's not Eric Young or Drake Maverick.
Like who? Like who he actually cares about?
Gorilla Monsoon, Arnold Skoland.
No, I don't think so.
I think he cared about those people.
I think they were, at the end of the day, they were still just employees.
No, there's certain people he still gives money to. Like he takes, like Johnny Rods gets a check every month.
Johnny Rods is dead.
Johnny Rods is not dead.
Yeah, Johnny Rods.
Johnny Rods traded my friend.
You want to look that up right now?
Yeah.
Look it up. You have
Unless you like got info of something that happened tonight.
want to give me the? I'll bet you.
I have a friend who like would fucking blow his brains out. He's still alive. He's 81 years old.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Good thing we didn't. No, he's dead, dude.
He's not dead. Stop it. I know the gym. It's Gleason's. He still goes in. He has a little office there. He's not dead.
All right.
He's not dead. But he still gets. I think there's certain people he does care about. Very little. Not Shane. Shawn Michaels, I think he was in love with. Can I tell you how? Go back. So the other day, there's this YouTube channel called Monsoon Classics, and he like puts all these rare matches in a playlist, and he has like the best of Shawn Michaels. So I fell asleep to that. And at first, it's like 88, and it's like the Rockers matches, and it's like just regular commentary. Then you get to like 95, 96, and the commentary. I mean, they still let Shawn Michaels wrestle on Superstars, even in 96 when he had the belt. And the commentary is like, oh my God, the most charismatic, the most beloved, the greatest WWF champion of all time. You gotta love him. And it's like, I think Vince was in love with Shawn Michaels in 95 to 97. I think he was.
It's funny that you mentioned him because both those guys are on my hate list.
I know.
HBK is number one. Vince Jr.
I think he loves HBK. I don't know if he's still. I think now it's more like I don't think it's a fuck. I want to fuck you love, but I think he wanted to fuck. I think or maybe they did fuck. I think he definitely had something for him.
Those guys can all go fuck off. I care less.
They like you. Who?
Either of those guys, they both go fuck off. Shawn Michaels should get his eyes fixed first.
Yes. And then the other big news this week, Howard Finkle died.
Passed away on Thursday? Was yesterday, right?
Yes. The following death is scheduled for what ball? No, he's died on Thursday.
Yeah,
Thursday morning.
Yeah, it was he was like 68. It wasn't
69.
That. He was 69. He was not.
I think he had a stroke and it led to dementia. That's what I read.
Yeah, that's 69 is pretty young still.
Yeah, right I know.
Yeah.
He always looked like he was like 60 though. Like ever since even when I was a kid, this guy looked old as shit.
I think it's because obviously, the lack of hair does.
Yeah, and then just the way he carried himself.
Yeah, but anybody who says they weren't a fan, I would be interested to hear if anybody didn't like Howard Finkel.
Everybody liked him. Even Jim Cornette liked him.
Yeah.
Motherfucker!
There isn't,
And Vince Russo liked him.
Yeah.
Everybody liked him.
There isn't a single person I think that didn't like him. So, yeah, it's been a downer of a week. If you're a wrestling fan, this is a bad week. It's a bad week.
He was the greatest ring announcer of all time. I kind of think it was bullshit that they pulled him so soon. I mean, granted, he was like in his 50s when they pulled him, but I would have had him go until he couldn't even move. Because like when Lillian Garcia took over Raw, there was just something missing.
Yeah, that's just WWE's MO. They're just dumb like that.
They still have him do the pay-per-views, so I guess like that was cool. Like he still did the pay-per-views, but I would have had him keep doing the pay-per-views till I know Vince has. It's always these old rich people that have this thing against old. Like I'm not
the reflection on themselves, and they're scared of that. That's why I'm
not. As a kid, dude, I don't give a fuck. You could have told me I'm never gonna be like, oh my God, Howard Finkel is 50 years old. Oh, I can't watch Raw anymore. I'll just watch Friends because they're all young. Like, who gives a shit?
People, I don't know about you, but when I'm watching people in TVs and movies, I'm never going like, how old is this guy? I'm never thinking.
It's always old. It's always old. You know who was like that? The Lewis at Caroline's. Always like, when she hit past 40, like it was, I didn't want him. I need young. What do you need young? 20-year-olds don't even know how to wipe their ass.
It's, I think it's people who are scared of that themselves that point out that, you know how like if you are super homophobic, you're kind of hiding something about yourself, or it's like your fear that you might be like into that's why you get super homophobic. It's the same exact thing. If you're like an ageist, it's because you're scared that you're getting old.
Yeah, because it's always the people. It's always like a certain one, like Lorne Michaels or Vince McMahon, or the guy I mentioned at Caroline's. It's always some old guy who's like, I don't want old.
Yeah.
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 It's never like a young kid.
If there's anybody who's old that needs to go, it's Vince Jr. because his fucking product is garbage, and he's making bad decisions. He's old. His brain's rotten.
Okay, so let's break down this rotten brain. We're gonna review SmackDown and 205 Live.
Yes.
Andrew Lee, start with how did the show first start with a graphic for Howard Finkle, which I thought was very nice.
Yeah, this was live and it had Corey Graves and Michael Cole, and it starts off with Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross doing their talk show segment in the ring with Braun Strowman coming out, and this was just hokey from the very beginning. Nikki Cross is being silly and Braun's doing like a fake laugh. There's just like, it's so weird because it's like this has been a bad week of like a bad news all around, and they're just acting like they're all having fun. And while they're talking about Bray and they're showing the video clips, Braun's like, "Hey, I see that. What's that present over there in the corner? Did you
give me a present?" Yeah.
And she says, "No, that's not for me." But he just still walks over there and opens it. It's just like, it's super cheesy. I was like, God, it was so embarrassing to watch.
It was bad. It was really, you know what? Alexa Bliss and Nikki weren't bad. He was bad. He was really bad.
The whole thing was bad, man. It was just super cheesy.
No, I know, but I think like if Alexa Bliss had somebody better to play off of, it would have been better. He's bad. He's bad now. He's not a good actor. He comes across like an idiot.
Braun shouldn't be this kind of guy. He should just be like Goldberg. Like, I'm not going to say much. You're never going to put me in goofy segments. I'm just going to come in, do quick matches, just be like an unstoppable dude. That's the way it should be, you know?
The problem with the company is that they've tried to turn every top guy into Cena. They've tried to turn every top guy, whatever they've worked with Cena, but Cena worked because he's Cena.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't turn Austin into Hogan, and you couldn't turn Cena into Austin. And whenever they tried to have Cena be like anti-authority, it looked stupid. And now with Braun Strowman and Roman, they try to get them to be jokey and talkative like Cena was. Even when Seth was a good guy. And they come across as completely unlikable because you're trying to turn them into something they're not.
Of course, yeah. That's how you could tell Junior's brain is old. There's not
well, you're obsessed with calling this guy Junior.
Yeah, because I know it doesn't like it. I'm gonna call him Junior from now on. That's what it is. By the way, you can't say Roman anymore, right?
Yeah, nobody mentions Roman.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still in the opening of SmackDown.
What?
I'm surprised he's still in the opening credits of SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, the first match we have is Sasha Banks versus Tamina Snuka. And remember, if Tamina wins, she gets a shot against Bayley's for the title. There's this opening segment where Sasha is trying to be friends with Tamina, and she tries to give her a shirt. It's obviously small, and Tamina goes, "I'm extra large."
No, you're not. You're extra large.
Jesus Christ! Oh my gosh! Just a basic match, and then some buffoonery happens. Lacey Evans' music hits. She comes down, wipes out Bayley on the outside. Sasha Banks, distracted watching this, she gets a super kick in the face, and Tamina wins the match. Oh, man, I can't. No, man, Sasha Banks has fallen so far.
I like the match.
It was just a match, dude, right?
Yeah, but I liked it. I mean, I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It was not a bad match, but it was like a nothing happening match.
I kind of like Sasha as like she has no confidence now, and I don't know. I kind of, and she's kind of like a goofy idiot. It's working because I think she's gonna regain her confidence at Money in the Bank. So
she's not in the Money in the Bank.
But she has a qualifying match next week.
Against who?
Lacey Evans.
Ooh, I don't know. They might throw Lacey in there.
No, you want to throw Sasha in there because Sasha will do wacky shit.
Lacey is just like, I know she's supposed to be like a good guy, like a face, but then she does this like fake I'm gonna wipe my sweat thing, and I'm like, that's something like a bad guy would do. I don't know. It just looks so bad. I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
I'm not a fan of Lacey Evans, but I thought this match was fine. Again, it's better that Tamina gets this push when no one's around. So
Yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is. It's not, to me. It's neither good nor bad. It was just like a neutral, whatever, run of the mill
Hmm.
thing. Runs into a Usos promo about the main event tonight, and then it goes to our second match: Sheamus versus. This is now Denzel Desjardins, who we seen job on Raw, and one of my favorite parts was when Michael Cole called him DiGiorno or something like that. Yeah. Do you notice that like Sheamus and like Drew McIntyre have very similar sounding music?
Hmm.
Yeah, like they need to like one of them needs to switch it up. Like, do you know Skilltron?
Yeah.
One of them like should listen to Skilltron and be like more upbeat, like more heavy metal with the
I
back.
would give Drew back his old
Oh,
song.
you mean like the psychotic one where it starts off slow with the painting?
I'm in broken dreams. I make them come true. That's a good one.
This is a squash match. Sheamus wins a bro kick, very quick, first squash of the night. Um, how do you like this Denzel Desjardins with his singlet? You like that?
I mean, I don't know. He's too busy being unconscious for me to leave you look at his singlet.
Yeah, most times he is. Yeah. They show right after this. They show the Jeff Hardy another
Well,
segment.
remember, Sheamus got pissed that they were throwing to the Jeff Hardy promo. He got in Michael Cole's face.
They're building into this Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. They showed the Jeff Hardy 24 word. Now they show him being like off, always messed up on drugs and stuff like that. Um, by the way, did you watch that Jeff Hardy 24? The
Not
full?
yet.
Okay, I would recommend. It's actually pretty good. I think it's only like an hour long. I
I gotta
recommend.
watch some of those 24s. I've yet to watch a single one. I used to like run it by the documentary DVDs and watch them, and now
Yeah,
I'm just like I don't know. I just can't. I don't know.
they're pretty good. They're not bad. Then it goes into a Dana Brooke Carmella backstage segment. I thought this was really good because this addressed some of the questions from last week. Because Carmella was like, "Dude, what are you doing in a Money in the Bank qualifying match? We got a tag team title match coming up. What are you doing?" And she's like, "Don't worry." Dana Brooke's like, "Don't worry, I got this. I got this." And I was like, "All right, that makes more sense." And it goes into a Naomi versus Dana Brooke for the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Naomi comes out with that, that LED helmet.
Daft Punk bullshit. Yeah.
Dude, she stole that. Yeah, I mean, it was like DJZ was doing that in Impact, and Ollie took it, and now she has it. Nobody should do it anymore. This was actually not a bad match. This was a good match. Naomi, even though her gear is just terrible on my eyes, it's just like the worst gear I've ever seen. She's got some great kicks, good moves. This was an upset. Dana Brooke wins with a sunset flip.
Yeah. Nobody ever wins to the sunset flip, and she did it.
Yeah. I was surprised by it. I thought Naomi was going to win. What did you think?
I liked it. I like that Dana Brooke has won. I really like Dana Brooke. I hope they give her something finally. Um, I thought it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, she was trash talking in this match and everything. Like Dana Brooke was like trash. This was a good. This was good. It seems like she's coming out. Like Dana Brooke is gonna be ready
Should be
to
gay.
ready to be gay coming out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Speaking of gay, we got the Otis video package, and out comes Sonya Deville. And Sonya Deville's got like tears in her eyes. She's like, "Mandy, please come out. I want to explain to you." Mandy comes out, and no, I'm sorry, and Sonya Deville's like, she's like crying, trying to explain to her, and then in just like one split second, she changes her whole face and whole demeanor, everything, into being like I did this all on purpose. It was
Mm.
great. What did you think?
I liked it a lot. I liked the promos they cut. I liked it a lot. I liked Sonya Deville showed a lot of fire in her promo, and I liked how she went. I thought she was gonna be like, "I'm in love with you," then it went to "You useless bitch," and I was like, "Wow!" Like she really had me fooled.
Like jealousy, little hints of jealousy. How it's always you. I was blurring the pictures, and you know what? The tag team. You should just stay focused on the tag team. You know, I was watching this. I was like, Sonya Deville is in the wrong field.
Well, she got signed by an acting agency.
She should be totally in acting. She was
Yeah,
amazing. I was like, this girl needs to be in like movies. She's
she was
freaking
good.
good. Yeah, she's really.
Uh,
And
Dolph Ziggler was okay. The only thing about it is at the end, Mandy looked uncomfortable next to Otis. It didn't feel like they both kind of felt weird next to each other. Like I didn't get the sense that these two even like remotely like each other. Like now, you know what I mean? Like they were just standing in the ring.
I thought this whole segment was good until the end. It was Dana Brooke, not Dana Brooke, I keep calling it Sonya and Mandy are about to throw down.
Dolph
Comes
comes out.
down. And during Sonya's promo, she even says, like, you know that idiot, like she's like, you know, he actually really likes you for some reason. Dolph comes in, sympathetic, like trying to be like, hey Mandy, like, just give me a chance or whatever. And Sonya just sucker punches Mandy. They start fighting. Otis comes in. Otis attacks Dolph, and then Mandy attacks Sonya. This is not over, which is great, and you know it's going to lead on to more stuff. But this segment would have been fine right then and there. But then Dolph comes back into the ring for Otis to do the caterpillar on him, and I was like, "This is stupid. Like, you don't need to do this every single week, guys. Like." This is like the one serious segment like Otis is in. Did you have to do this? That was so bad. But overall, great. I think it's going great.
Good times. I liked it. I like Sonya Deville. She's coming to her own.
Yes, 100%. She's gonna be Sonya Deville's gonna be a great heel. You know, she's gonna be great.
So what do we got next, buddy?
Howard Finkle tribute video.
This was great. I loved it.
Good. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him do a bad tribute video. So
no, they could do a great tribute. They could do a great tribute video to Duke the Dumpster Drosy if they wanted to. Like they could just always make. Yeah.
It always it's always sad when somebody somebody who is in the wrestling industry dies and they don't give them a tribute video. They've done that sometimes. Like who have they done that where they'll just show like a graphic, but they won't do an actual.
Nikolai Volkov and Grandmaster Sexay. They didn't get a video. Yeah. And I feel like Volkov should have got a video.
Yeah, I feel like
China got a video, which was nice.
I think it would be nice if everybody could get a video package. You know.
I mean, even if you don't put it on Raw, you could always show it on just the website or the WWE Network.
Yeah, because you're not just doing it for them; you're doing it for the fans too. You know,
like even like when somebody like I know King Mabel didn't get one, but you have so much footage of this fucking guy. Why not? You can easily make like a 3-minute video of like him. Yeah, and just talk to like people. Like I'm sure Edge, because I'm sure Edge and like fucking whoever Bruce Pritchard would have stories about him when he died. I'm talking about like I don't know. I mean. They should. Sometimes they don't. It's weird. It's weird who they don't give videos to.
Yeah. I remember they did.
Crash Holly didn't even mention that he died when he died.
Yeah. There was, because I mean, sometimes I guess they're act all strange around suicides and stuff, but something, I remember like, didn't somebody like a legend die recently and they didn't get one? And I was like, how come this person never got one? It was just like,
Jimmy Snuka got one.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he actually got a really good documentary on him this week in his honor. That was good. See that one?
I gotta watch it.
Oh, it's good.
I'm sure it's good.
Dark Side of the Ring. It's on. You can get it on YouTube.
It's one of the best stories of all time.
So after this video tribute, you have Miz doing his backstage promo for the main event, hyping it up. Very quick. Nothing to talk about, but then they do a Forgotten Sons vignette, which is great, like a whole like a promo video.
That's good because you got to get these guys over.
Yes. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't like Forgotten Sons, but I was a fan of them. I was glad to see this, and it comes. Then after that, we got our fourth match for the night. We got Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan for another Money in the Bank qualifying match. This was a great match, I thought.
It was great.
Yeah, no bullshit ending. This is weird because like the match starts, they wrestle.
And they cut to the hacker.
Yeah, they wrestle for like 20 seconds, and they said right before they go to commercial break, they did this the truth thing, the hacker video, but they did a long. It was like long. They were like clips of all the Smackdown superstars. Like the truth will come out. Like you got the New Day in there, you got Sonya and Mandy, you got Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I guess everybody is backstabbing everybody. I have no idea. So this is right before the commercial break, and then right after you come back from commercial, just watch the whole match. Great match. Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, they work well together. There was just one cool move that Cesaro did where he gorilla pressed Daniel Bryan and dropped him into a go to sleep knee. Right?
That was dope.
That was dope. And Daniel Bryan wins with the yes lock.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no bullshit ending. No, like, somebody snuck in or anything. So I like that. And then you have the Big E promo hyping up the main event, and then Elias gets his butt kicked by Corbin back.
I mean, really long, really way too long.
I thought this was over.
But you know what, though? Like, they could have had him beat up Elias for 20 seconds and get the point across. He beat up Elias for like 5 minutes. And it's like, I don't really need this to go this long.
None of the feuds that were built up to WrestleMania ended at WrestleMania. They're all.
Well, some of them did. Edge and Randy Orton.
I mean, no, from SmackDown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're all still.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Well, Cena Wyatt.
Yeah, that's the only one that's over. But you still got the 3 tag teams: the Miz and Morrison versus the Usos versus the New Day. You still got Corbin versus Elias. You still got,
Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn's team.
Evans and Bailey. It's just like this. Nothing ended on WrestleMania. It's just pointless.
Well, it's like life. Nothing ever ends.
5th and final match of the main event. You got Jey Uso versus Big E versus Miz in a 3-way for the tag titles. It sounds stupid, but it is what it is.
I didn't really like it that much. I didn't like Big E winning. I'm sorry.
I don't like tag team titles being won in the singles matches.
Me neither.
It's stupid.
And I don't like the fact that Xavier was like, "Oh, I'm a champion at home." No, you're not. You're not on the team. That doesn't count. You don't count.
It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid.
I hate it when they go, all 3 guys are the tag team champions. No. There's only 2 guys who are the tag team champions, and that is Big E and Kofi. But
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't really like this match. I thought it was a shitty way to end. I just think the New Day's of Champions again. Like, give me a fucking break.
One thing that was really weird about SmackDown, they started hyping up the Money in the Bank in the Stanford office.
I like that idea.
Why are they doing that?
They got to do something different. It can't just be like a bunch of matches at the Performance Center. I think they want to do. I think it's gonna be another Undertaker style match. So the idea is you have to fight it. You start at the lobby. You got to make your way to the roof, and then climb the ladder. I like that.
They're in the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
They said they're gonna start from the lobby, and you have to work your way all the way up to the top of.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
It's a cool idea, but I mean, I guess even in Connecticut they're gonna get a pass.
Well, I mean, if you can still shoot. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
How are they gonna get?
You know what?
I was about to say Cuomo's gonna stop them, but then Cuomo's not in charge of Connecticut.
No, yeah, nobody knows who the governor of Connecticut is. It's one of the Cuomo brothers, but
it's a third Cuomo brother.
Yeah, it's Connecticut Cuomo.
It's a Cuomo cousin. I don't know, but like if they can get it, if they can get it done, I mean that's an interesting concept. I kind of like that idea. I like the fact they're thinking outside the box in the pay-per-views.
You know what they also might do? Because they have shots of the building, right? They can just show like the building,
and then they could shoot like a different. Yeah, who cares?
Shoot it somewhere and just say that it was the building. You know?
Yeah. All you need is boardrooms and stuff.
Performance center. No. We also have a.
Yeah.
We also have a long boardroom.
I think that's got me interested in Money in the Bank. I'm interested in watching it, and I mean I was gonna watch it regardless, but I think they realized what.
I was gonna watch it regardless.
I think they realized with the pay-per-views, they got to throw some crazy twists in until this is done to make it. It can't just be more matches at the Performance Center. I think you can just have a few at the Performance Center, and then do like some crazy shit if you can get away with it for the other matches.
Yeah. So Money in the Bank, May 10th. It seems like they're gonna be something interesting. It's probably worth tuning in. What do you think about the SmackDown?
It was fine. I mean, it was nothing mind blowing. It was fine. It was what it was. I mean, there's only so high you can go being in the Performance Center. It's fine. Yeah, especially after the week we had, it was like okay.
Yeah, there was some buffoonery, but not as much as normal. This is okay. I mean, you did get one exceptionally really good match.
And you got a really good performance by Sonya Deville.
Yeah, those two made this whole thing.
And a nice video to Howard Finkle, which I liked.
Yeah, and nothing was really bad about this except for the Corbin Elias thing. but that was
horrendous.
So,
All right. Next up was 205 Live,
yeah.
but it was not live. It was
Mhm.
pre-recorded.
Mhm.
This episode actually is doing the format that I suggested, where they just do best ofs, and they asked Brian Kendrick his favorite match. I mean, and the match that inspired him to become a wrestler, and his favorite match of his own.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. I thought he was gonna pick like some weird cruiserweight match from like 1992, like maybe like Jerry Lynn versus Lightning Kid, because they had the rights to that footage.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting for him to start some weird like Flying Brian match from 1989. And instead he goes, the match that made me want to be a wrestler was Hogan Warrior. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, I did not expect that. And
Well,
we watched Hogan Warrior.
if you watched NXT UK, which they appear on Thursdays, they did the exact same thing. They asked some of their UK stars, hey, pick a match, and they do a little like, I picked this match because of this, and they showed a match. And the
Mhm.
first match they showed was Dynamite Kid versus Tiger Mask.
Oh,
And,
see, that's a good that's like that's the birth of cruiserweight, that match.
yeah, and it is really good for where you could tell it's an old match because it's all grainy and stuff, but they're super fast and the crowd is like, holy crap. You could tell like the crowd's like, this is like, we're watching.
Yeah, they put that on some when I was a kid. It was on some old WWF VHS tapes, like the best of WWF, and they put it on. And even as a kid, it's like, what are they doing? They are like 50. If it's, I think it's in 81. Those matches,
I'll
80. They're like 15
old.
years ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, you have to understand, on that card, there's like George Steele putting a headlock on somebody for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
There's
this
test of
happens.
strength, normally test of strengths in every match. This is not that at all.
This is not what they were doing. And everyone talked about this. This match was, I mean, WWE used to celebrate this match, and then they decided that now they don't do it as much. They kind of, I don't think they like celebrating Dynamite Kid because he's such a piece of shit.
Or Tiger Match because they don't own the rights to it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of the greatest matches in 80s WWF history. It is a New Japan cruiserweight Chris Benoit style match, just taking place like way before anyone had matches like that. It's fucking awesome.
It looks like a match that fits today's style.
Yeah, and it's in the 80s. I'm like, what is this? And the crowd, because the Massacre Garden is just used to the headlocks and stuff. And yeah, they woke the fuck up. They were like, huh?
Yeah. Like the only way you could tell it's not from now is just like the quality is grainy. Yeah. But if it was same quality, you'd be like, oh, when was this? Last night? You'd just be like that. Yeah. But yeah, 205 had the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan for WrestleMania 6.
The Great Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah. This was
I like this match, but I just watched it 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, okay. And they showed the whole fucking match.
Yeah.
They didn't cut a single second of the entrance or the post-match.
Yeah.
You saw everything.
They even showed Hogan on his sad ride back on that.
Yeah, they showed everything. I'm surprised they didn't show extra footage of him going home and fucking his wife. Come here, brother.
That was Hogan did good storytelling in that match.
Oh yeah, no, he steps it up.
Yeah.
Hogan always, Eric Stevens wrote something like, Hogan's a good worker because he did a drop toe hold in Japan. Eric, do you know Eric Stevens? You know what I'm talking about?
The wrestler?
Yeah. He writes the worst tweets.
Eric Stevens, isn't he like on MLW right now?
I think so. He's an obnoxious pile of garbage on Twitter.
Yeah, like he's not like he's not in WWE. I think he was in like OVW or something like that.
He was never in WWE. He's wrestling in the Indies. He wrestles David Starr, all this shit.
Wait, why do you know Eric Stevens?
I follow him on Twitter just because.
Why?
Because somebody was posting how great he was on Instagram, so I followed him on Twitter.
Really?
That's he comes across as a fucking idiot. And he wrote something like, Hogan, Hogan's like writing it like broken letters. Hogan's a good worker because he did a drop toe hold in Japan, and I'm like, no, Hogan was a good worker because he held back, and when he had to be in charge of a match, and when he had to fucking bust out moves, he would do it, but he would do it when the moment called for it. He wasn't like doing fucking submission holds and kata hajimes and inzaguris and
He wasn't
moonsaults
he
for
wasn't
the
a I
fuck
gotta
of
get
it.
on my shit in guy.
Yeah, he wasn't. And that's the thing. It's like, and I want to say to Eric Stevens, if you don't recognize this is good. Some of these wrestlers, I'm like, how do you not recognize that this guy's a good worker or that guy's a good worker? You just like count the moves. That's not what it's about. It's not about the moves. And Hogan in this match proved to me he's a good worker. I want to see Eric Stevens go back in time and try to have a good match with Ultimate Warrior. It's not going to happen.
I wonder if Eric Stevens is just trolling people, because as a wrestler, I wouldn't think you'll be that.
He comes across real. You could tell. Like at first, people, I don't understand why he didn't make it. Then I like read his Twitter, and I'm like, I get why this guy didn't make it. Because like if I was like in a locker room, I don't know if he's in a WWE. If I was in a locker room and I heard some of the shit that came out of his mouth, and I was like, I had a connection with WWE, be like, yeah, don't even hire this guy. Don't even look at him.
By the way, if anybody's curious about how Eric Stevens looks or wrestles, you can probably catch him on MLW, which airs on YouTube. I think every Saturday or Sunday night, or it starts. I watch. So
now the next match was the highlight of the night for me because I'd never seen this match before, and I'll tell you how I know this is a great match. I'll tell you how I know this is a great match. I already knew the results anyway from years ago, but Brian Kendrick tells you exactly what's going to happen in the match, exactly how it ends, so you know there's no suspense. You know what's going to happen, and I know when it's a good wrestling match when I don't want to get out of the seat. I think my dog pooped on the pad over there, and I had to clean up, and it was smelly. And I sat there and smelled it and watched the match. I could not stop watching that match.
This is from the 2016 Cruiserweight Classic.
Classic. It was Brian Kendrick versus Kota Ibushi.
Exclusive. This was Brian Kendrick versus Kota Ibushi. This is before Kota Ibushi, when he was still a freelancer, I believe.
Yeah, and they wanted him, and he said no.
If you've never watched a Cruiserweight Classic, I highly recommend you do that. It is so good. It is.
They probably should have had Brian Kendrick win the tournament. Looking back, not TJP.
I mean, Brian. You know what it is? Like, obviously, one of the things that held, I think, that the strike against Brian Kendrick is that he's older.
Hey, pal.
Yeah. And they had Zack Sabre Jr. in this tournament. Pretty much almost everybody they had in the tournament they signed. Almost everybody they signed.
Except for the two best ones, Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah. This match was good. I remember I saw little bits of it because I just skipped through because I had watched it originally. I forget how good this was. This was like a lot of people's first time introduction to Kota Ibushi, especially in America.
Yeah.
This was a fun match.
They both went all out, and I'll tell you what else was good in this match was Daniel Bryan on commentary.
Yes.
If he decides to stop wrestling again, they should make him the full-time color commentator. The other thing I picked up on this match is like if they have to like have if the country says to Vince you can sell tickets to your shows again, but it's got to be like only like 100 or 200 fans. I think it's going to make the shows better than when they're at the arenas because those fans, there weren't a lot of fans there, and they made that match so much better.
No,
so I think small arenas are going to benefit the quality of the show.
That small arenas in the Cruiserweight Classic, it was like everybody was over. Almost everybody was over because all the fans, they were like all like hardcore fans, and Mauro Ranallo was good on commentary. This is when he wasn't going crazy. Him with Daniel Bryan, the whole classic was so good. They need to do more stuff like that, but I don't know why they don't.
I think 2000, looking back, because I didn't realize it at the time, 2016 was a very good year for WWE, in particular with the Cruiserweight Classic and NXT. I think that was one of NXT's best years. I think they were on the road to making a lot of right decisions by giving the Universal title to Finn Balor, by doing the brand split. They were on the road to a lot of right decisions, and they kind of fucked it up because they're WWE. But it was a very, very good year, I think, for the company.
I think it was, and 2017 wasn't that bad either. That was like when they got AJ Styles and everything. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, no, 2016 they had AJ Styles. 2016 is when AJ beat Cena actually cared, and he went away for a little bit.
2016 where he came
Yeah,
in.
yeah, he came in the summer Royal Rumble 2016.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that WrestleMania sucked, and I think people like because the WrestleMania was so bad. But AJ had great matches with Roman Reigns. Cesaro was having great matches with the fucking Miz. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were having great matches.
Yeah.
Nakamura was having great matches with Sami Zayn, Austin Aries, Samoa Joe. Bobby Roode was over.
Yeah.
Asuka was over. Bailey was over.
Andrade.
Sasha Banks was over. Andrade was like just kidding. Even No Way
No, but
Jose.
no, but like Andrade was like coming up good.
Yeah,
Like
No Way
got rid
Jose
of the
was having great
suspenders.
matches with
Yeah.
Austin Aries
The
of all
tag
fucking people.
that was the tag team division was real good then and everything in
Mm-hmm.
NXT. Yeah, it was a there was a good
DIY in the revival.
oh yeah. That was with American Alpha Revival and that was even when AOP was like
Yeah, AOP was good.
that was such a good tag team division.
Sanity.
Sanity.
Everybody was in a good position back then, and somehow they fucked it all up. But that was even like the Dudley Boys were used right. Even Enzo and Cass were everyone was over,
Yeah.
and they were getting over all these new people. And then now you got Baron Corbin making me want to blow my brains out.
Yeah, it was I don't know what happened. Things just
Dean
fell apart.
Ambrose got the belt. He
Maybe
kind of
that's
sucked as champion, but
maybe
then they gave it to AJ. SmackDown got better with the brand split. Even Shane McMahon had a no. That was the next year. Shane McMahon had the good match with AJ Styles, but
I
like
think that was the beginning of like when his brain started to rot, you know?
who Shane?
No, probably juniors. That's probably
No,
when he really started to rot.
I think that's the year where Triple H had a lot of say, and I think around 2018 that went away because I do feel like somebody else had a lot of say, and because they were making a lot of decisions based on what the internet likes more so than what Vince likes.
Yeah, so what changed? What do you think changed?
Um,
Like who got to say? There's only one person.
yeah, Vince. What I think changed is they moved a lot of people up from they moved Bobby Roode, Shinsuke, Bailey, AOP, American Alpha, Revival, and No Way Jose and Austin Aries. They moved them all up to the main roster. Did nothing with them. Made them all look like jerk offs. Everyone I mentioned was made to look like a fucking loser. They
Meanwhile,
did.
NXT was still doing okay because they still replenished them. You
They
know,
replenished them, but like
that's
now,
when undisputed started coming in and stuff like that.
yeah. They came in a year later.
Velveteen Dream.
Drew McIntyre, yeah.
The Street
But
Profits started coming up.
they
Yeah.
made all those guys, yeah. But then the thing with NXT, I think the big thing that made it, I don't think it's been as good as they went to USA. I feel like ever since then the show hasn't been as good. I don't know,
No,
maybe I'm
you know
wrong.
why? Because NXT, when it was good, it was in that 1 hour format, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one
Mm-hmm.
hour format, and you're not seeing everybody every fucking week.
Yeah.
You're seeing Velveteen Dream this week, but then you had to because they filmed it, all in like 4 episodes in one shooting, like one at one like event. You're not going to see Velveteen Dream wrestle again for another 2-3 weeks, right? So you're like, oh, you're excited to see him wrestle,
Yeah.
but now you're watching like Roderick Strong wrestle every week, and like I'm kind of sick and tired of this.
Yeah, it's not as good. And but yeah, I think that they moved all those people up. And I think once they moved, I was very excited for that class of 2016. I was very excited for Bobby Roode, Bailey, Asuka, everybody. And when they all got moved up in 2017, 2018, and nothing came of them,
Nothing.
and they got buried, it was like, sanity. I mean, these teams came in, whether it's Revival or Sanity or fucking Ember Moon or Asuka, they came into Raw and SmackDown with a lot of momentum, and then they just did nothing with all of them. And after a while, it's like, well, now I'm not excited. Like, I'm not looking forward to Matt Riddle and Velveteen Dream going on the main roster. I'm going to tell you something right now. I think Velveteen Dream is going to be the next No Way Jose. I really do. I don't think Vince is going to get him. I think
I
this
don't
is gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
know. And it also hurt when they would go up and then come back down. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, like I think that Survivor Series pay-per-view did more damage than good because they told you that NXT was better than Raw and SmackDown. They had Keith Lee beat Roman Reigns, and then what? I mean, you should have fucking put the title on Keith Lee the next week. Why is Adam Cole still at the fucking belt? Why is Keith like you had Keith Lee beat Roman Reigns? Okay, that's like I'm trying to think here. Okay, if NXT is like AWA in the 80s, that's like they shoved, or that's like Flying Brian beating Hogan in 89. And then he goes back to being Flying Brian. Like they had, you know what I mean? They had a WCW,
no, no,
WWF crossover.
they didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah,
They
it's like
really didn't do anything with it.
it's like Keith Lee just beat fucking Roman Reigns and I think Seth Rollins. I think like that means he's the guy now. Now you're putting him back on the NXT and he's like
Still
can't
fighting
be
the same guy,
still find the same guy. It's like yeah,
by Jakovic.
and now it's like I'm not excited for NXT people to move up. I'm like, well, they're just gonna get ruined, and then they're gonna get fired, or like fucking No Way Jose. No Way Jose had like a week where they did something with him, and then they just treated him like a complete fucking loser for months. Come on, Kat, don't do this shit.
I know the WWE, they go, oh, it's a third brand, but it's not because of how they treat it. It's not. Nobody believes it's a third brand. It's still the minor leagues. Everybody knows it is. They treat it like minor leagues. You have guys you have 4 consecutive NXT people job to Raw guys on a Raw. So when you have someone like Killian Dane come up to SmackDown for Insanity and then they do nothing and they just have him lose one match or so and then they go back, send him back down, he means nothing now,
Yeah.
When you have, for me, Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano, they lost that steam when they were sent to SmackDown and then like they had one match and then they were sent back down. From then on, they kind of I started feeling the downfall of their popularity, for me at least. That's when
well, here's the problem. They made them look really small on SmackDown. They made them look like really short and
they are.
And Tommaso gave a promo and like was really bad on a SmackDown, and they didn't. I was like, oh, they're gonna do nothing with these guys. I think it's like to the luckiest thing that ever happened to Ciampa was him getting injured.
Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah.
And and even that Ricochet, nothing's happening with him. It's like the Viking Raiders, nothing happened. These guys steal the show on these NXT shows. They do this incredible stuff. They go to the main roster and they're having like boring fucking matches, and then nothing happens to them. And then next thing you know, they're like they're on main event or 205 Live, and it's just this like, well, what's the fucking point? But in 2016, we still had hope. Like, well, maybe Shinsuke Nakamura and fucking Finn Balor and all these people are gonna make the company this amazing company now. And like, no. You had Enzo for the sports entertainment thing, and he wound up being an idiot, and so did Big Cass. It was just a bunch of bull. Whatever.
You know what I saw today on YouTube? There's an old Dragon Gate USA match that you can watch where it's got Ricochet, a very young Ricochet, teaming up with Naruki Doi versus Yoshino and Neville. And you see Sheena and Brody Lee on the outside too, just like hanging out. Like, it's fun watching the matches. You're like, oh, almost all those guys are somebody,
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, what do you think next week's gonna happen? You think this Vince man's gonna blow up Florida? What do you think's gonna happen next week?
On Raw or SmackDown?
I mean, in Wrestling Virginia, I think more people are gonna get fired. You think they're still gonna be able to film shows?
100% more people are gonna get fired. They're still gonna be able to film. 100% will still film. I think Raw will just be okay or bad because they always do this thing where they'll have a good Raw and then they'll have a really shitty one.
Well, here's what they're doing starting next week. They're gonna film a Raw, then tape a Raw. So they're going back to the old schedule where it's 1 week on, 1 week off, and they're doing that until they get to July. So they are going to start taping some Raws again. They must have had a meeting with NBC and USA where they were like, I mean, I'm sorry, with Fox USA, where they're like, yeah, you could tape some Raws and Smackdowns. It's stupid to have these people fly in and out
Yeah.
because it'll make them look bad. So they're like, all right, every other week. So I think that's smart. And no spoilers are gonna get out.
No, I mean, no spoilers really came out for the WrestleMania.
Yeah, and you can't make, especially if you're gonna keep Mr. Chung Pao, Jerry Lawler, fucking Asian joke guy. If you're gonna have him fly, you can't have him fly every week. I mean
Jerry
that.
Lawler, Chung Pao.
Dude, can I tell you somebody like this is what makes Twitter so fucking, they don't even know they're this funny. Somebody on Twitter made a compilation of all of Jerry Lawler's recent racist jokes from like the past six since he came back in October. It's like a 2-minute compilation. And like when you put it together like that, it's actually really funny because it's like he goes like, look at Carrie Sane. She looks like she's just got a rotten plate of sushi. And and he goes, look at Humberto, look at like a Mexican jumping bean out there. And he goes, it's Kabuki Warrior number 1 or 2 or Sasuke Kari, whatever. It's one of them. And like when you put it all together, it's really funny. I started laughing, and then the comments like, "Oh, this is deplorable. What a disgusting old man. How this is? Can we just talk about how he needs to go?" And like Twitter not find that funny and just be like, "Look at this!" And they made a compilation of all like these goofy racist jokes. To me,
That's
it's funny, but the people taking it very seriously, like this is just disgusting. That's even funnier. And it's like, dude, you actually made Jerry Lawler funny by putting this all together.
I gotta see this video. This is fucking
It's
hilarious.
really, look at Alberto like a little Mexican jumping bean.
Yeah. Oh, so funny.
No, man,
Well,
I can't.
is that time to go or something?
What'd you say?
I heard a ding.
Oh no, that's just somebody sending me a message about some stupid online thing. Everybody
Yeah.
wants to do an online fucking thing.
What are you gonna
What?
are you gonna watch NXT and AEW from this week?
I'm gonna watch AEW. I don't know about NXT. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough.
I actually thought NXT was better this week.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I should, but like Raw and SmackDown, we do this. Maybe if we did like AEW NXT reactions, I would watch them right away. But I like 205 Live this week though. That was fun.
Yeah, 205 was all right.
I can't believe Hogan and Warrior got on 205 Live.
You know what? You know what's also fun? How we talked about they should be doing these. When you do watch them, it's nostalgic, so you do end up watching it.
Well, you know what? It was like really nice to be sitting on a Friday night at home watching Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior because that's what I used to do like 30 years ago, and it just felt like this is kind of comfortable. But like, yeah, I don't know. It was. I think it's a good idea. Like, first of all, why drag Tony Nese out every week to wrestle a match that nobody's going to give a shit about? Well, you just have him sit at home and be like, oh yeah, here's my favorite match, Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Versus I don't know.
It will also make you want to look for more content through their network too.
Yeah, and
I feel like I really want to watch more WrestleMania 6 now. You know?
Yeah, rather than Raul. Who was Raul Garcia fighting a lot? Who was he?
Raul Mendoza. He got kidnapped by a bunch of people in the parking lot.
Okay, so he will be giving out his best matches, I guess.
No. He might be coming back as a Dark Order guy. You know?
Okay, well, maybe he'll just get fired. And we'll never find out what happened to him.
Yeah. Who else? Okay, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do you think will get fired this weekend?
If I had to fire people,
yeah,
I would.
I can't believe Lars Sullivan is not fired.
I would fire Ruby Riott, Lars Sullivan.
Lars Sullivan, I think we should go.
I would fire. I thought Dana Brooks was going to get fired for years, and he still hasn't. If this was a few weeks ago, I would say Apollo Crews, but that's over. I don't think he's going to get fired now. I mean, not Apollo Crews and Dana Brooke. I would have thought, but I guess not. I don't. Seth Rollins, I just fired.
I think like definitely Lars Sullivan. I'm like, I don't know why they're keeping him around. I think they would let him go.
You know who I would let go? Only because like I would let them go because I don't see Vince ever doing anything with them. Is the Viking experience? I would let them go.
But he's already using them. They've already been tag champs.
Yeah, they're not doing that. I know, but they're not really doing that much. I would let them go.
You know what I noticed when we're watching?
I'm looking for me. The way I'm thinking, I would also let Carrie Sane go. I don't think they're gonna do anything with her. I look at people. What is Vince gonna do with them? And I just see like I don't see anything happening for the. I think the Viking Raiders will eventually become like the Bushwhackers. Like I just don't see them doing
I
anything.
think in NXT they're probably gonna let guys like Sean Maluda go because they're not.
Mhm.
Sean Maluda's not hasn't even been on NXT for a while. They did let go Tito Sabatelli, so
Mhm. I would let go of Shane Thorne.
maybe, yeah. And then they might get rid of do you think Riddick Moss?
I would.
Yeah, Riddick Moss used to tag with Tito.
I would get rid of I mean, I know they can't because of the Gronk. I would get rid of Mojo Rawley. I would get rid of Jinder Mahal again. The point.
Maybe the Singh brothers. I thought the Singh brothers were gonna go.
I would get rid of. I want to say Tony Nese. I don't know. I just feel like I would get rid of every. I would get rid of the Lucha House Party. That's how I get rid of.
Maybe one or two of them.
And who else? Well, the Colognes are already gone.
Personally, I would not like. I'm not saying people lose their jobs or anything, but I actually think all of them, everybody should leave that company.
I think a lot of NXT UK is gonna get let go if because the UK is very bad. You have a 10% chance of dying if you get it. So
Really.
yeah, I think they're gonna shut down NXT UK for a little bit.
I mean, it is already shut down right now.
I mean, like permanently shut it down.
I mean, yeah, that experiment worked.
Well, I mean, it can't work if they don't have the pull in the UK like they do over here. So
Yeah.
interesting times. This is all your fault.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the Smackdown report for Friday, April 17th.
Yeah.
And Julie, what are you gonna do this weekend besides crying in your bed?
Probably keep binge watching The Venture Brothers. I'm
Oh, that's what you're doing right now?
yeah, I'm up to season 4. I love that show. That show is so good, man. And you ever watch that show?
I gotta watch the show. I'm watching Pretty Little Liars right now.
You would love Venture Brothers.
I should start. That's what Joe Harari at the
Yeah.
stand told me.
If you're I think it's a fun show, but if you're into comic books, it's even more fun because there are just so many like references that it makes it even better, you know.
You're not Chinese though.
Your take on the Fantastic Four is fucking hilarious. And I'm watching the uncensored episodes, so they show a lot of penis.
Well, that's right up your alley.
It's so funny. You see so many penises. It's so funny, dude.
All right, so Andrew Lee's going to watch Venture Brothers. I'll be watching Pretty Little Liars. And that's our weekend. We'll be back Monday with the Raw report. Aren't you excited?
Yeah. Can't wait to shit on Junior some more.
All right. Yeah. Take that, Junior. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gootz Cast. Another great week. We'll see you Monday.